Audio Jungle.
The BBC has been urged to stop pickpocketing pensioners with proposals to scrap or restrict free television licenses for the over 75s. A move to overhaul the current scheme was prompted following a report which suggested the income, wealth, and life expectancy of pensioners had improved significantly. More than 4.46 million homes with older residents currently receive a free TV license, saving them £150.50 a year. But now the BBC is reported to be preparing proposals on ways to reform the subsidy, which could include raising the age of eligibility and introducing means testing to exclude wealthier pensioners. Former Business Minister Ian C. Lucas urged Mrs May to step in during Prime Minister's questions. The Labour MP said pensioners over 75 face having to find an extra £150. $50 every year if current proposals to take away free TV licenses come to fruition. Will the Prime Minister take responsibility for this policy, speak to the BBC and find a solution that doesn't pickpocket pensioners? To which Mrs May responded, the arrangements in relation to the free license changed as part of the last BBC settlement. They will take a decision about how they operate on this. The scheme was first introduced by the government in 2000, who paid for and ran it. But in 2015 the government decided it would no longer provide the funding, and the BBC would have to take it on. The current concession is set to end in 2020, and the BBC is now consulting on what the future of the scheme will be. Options could include asking for voluntary payments, introducing means testing, and removing it from pensioners who live with younger family. The report, carried out by Frontier Economics on behalf of the BBC, raises concerns over the future cost of maintaining the current scheme. It forecasts that by 2021 to 2022 the cost to the BBC would be £745 million, significantly more than the £365 million cost to the government in 2001 to 2002. The report focuses on the changing living standards. At the time the concession was introduced, it was justified based on evidence that older pensioner households were disproportionately concentrated at the bottom of the income distribution. But now the report claims that incomes of over 75 households have grown more rapidly than average. It also claims incomes, wealth, and life expectancy of older people have improved significantly. Pensioner poverty rates have fallen, and older households report higher well-being on a range of metrics. These changes give cause for reflection on what an appropriate approach to providing concessionary licenses to older households might look like. Frontier Economics has only released a discussion paper thus far, and the full report is due to be released next month. The upcoming report, the firm will consider both the implications of continuing with the current concession and the case for reform of the concession from 2020. The BBC has stressed it will not change anything without consulting the public, and the scheme could remain in its current guise. A spokesman said, "This is an important discussion paper which we are studying carefully. Their full report, which looks at a range of approaches the BBC could take, will be published shortly." As we have said, the government concession ends in June 2020. We are going to be consulting on what then happens. It might be a concession on the same terms, it might be different concession. There are important issues to consider. We will do nothing without consulting with the public. Everyone who wants to contribute will be able to do so.